Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Legacy in Motion, the Calm Investor's Blueprint for Family First Wealth with the amazing Fee Mazinki with, I forgot the name of your company, Fee. What is it?
Direct Connect Coaching, Jim.
Direct Connect Coaching. That's it. And for those of you who missed the intro in our last webinar, Fee is an amazing high level business coach who coaches business people, investors all the way from people just getting started, founders starting their own business, all the way up to C-suite CEO executives and chairman of the board for Fortune 50 companies. She has an amazing ability to understand people and what drives them and help them discover their their values, their core values, how to build and scale their businesses. Basically, an amazing coach. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn it over to Fee Mazinki for the Q&A part of our webinar here. If you have any, don't be afraid to come live and ask your questions. Also, we've had some people send us some questions. We've got them in the deck, but don't be afraid to show yourself and let us answer your questions directly. So, Fee, it's all yours.
Thanks, Jim. We're back at it today, and I'm really grateful to be with all of our audience, all of the people who are here live and listening on the recorded link too. So just to give you a recap, on our next slide, Jim and I have been working together for, it's almost 3 years now. And we met at a mastermind group and formed a partnership as coach and client partnership as they come. And I'm grateful because we really understand one another so well as we meet on a weekly basis and get a chance to really build business together, walk this journey together. And I'm so happy to be back with you here for our Q&A, Jim. So do you want to just give us 30 seconds? Here we go. I was just going to say, you want to give us a recap here. Let's go into the 30-second big idea recap from the webinar that we recorded on Tuesday. A few things that are really important for our listeners to know is that you have everything that you already need inside of you. There's nothing missing or nothing lacking inside of you. And what I love to do is I love to share tools that you have already deep within you to all of my clients and the people that I meet and the people that I have an opportunity to work with, to be able to share how to get results. And oftentimes my clients get quantum results. And I love when they do that. In fact, I got a text earlier today from someone that took a course of mine back in the winter. And she said that in her sales efforts, she's a young female executive, and in her sales efforts, I just kind of reached out to her and said, how are you doing? And she said, I'm doing great. And I've got sales. I'm number one right now in our sales promotion contest that they're having. And she is about to hit super bonus, which I believe is a $20,000 bonus. So she's been using the same things that we're sharing here in the webinar. Number one, keeping a calm nervous system. This is the Calm Investor's Guide to being a great investor. And Jim's got some great ideas and tips on what it is that you can invest in order to really create your legacy. And having a calm nervous system really supports you in attaining clarity. So we want to be really clear on what it is that our desires are and what we're looking for. And we also want to have a sense of calm confidence. And we do that through abundance activation breath work, which is inhaling for 4, holding your breath for 4, and exhaling gently like you're blowing out a straw for 4, thinking of things that you're grateful for and things that you're proud of. And it allows you that 4 by 4 breathing allows the nervous system, when we hold our breath, the nervous system sends a signal to the brain, and the nervous system signal to the brain allows the switch from fight, flight, or freeze, the sympathetic nervous system, to rest, digest, and create. And that is a really important element of looking at investments, and also using your body to tell the truth, using your body, not your mind, but using the feeling sensation in your body to be able to discern what it is that you are looking to create and looking in the decisions that you're looking to make. And then, of course, Jim, we want to just have you review the vetted real estate concepts with your investment strategies.
So yeah, thank you, Fee. And I did get I have got a text question here from you to expand a little bit on the on how your body tells you and how you know in your heart, body, solar plexus, all of that. How you know that you're making the right decision, or maybe what kind of feelings you should have or you should look for that tell you to not make that, to make the to avoid making that decision, or make the negative, the opposite decision as is called for.
I love that question. And it's the answer is very simple. When you bring to your mind the thought of, let's say, making investment A versus investment B, what you do is you actually put yourself in the position, investment A, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and allow yourself, when that thought comes to mind, that thoughts are primary in our lives, and feelings, sensations are secondary. So first you're going to have a thought. The thought is investment A. I'm going to put investment A in my mind. And then I'm going to feel the physical sensation of what that feels like in my body. When you feel it and it's a yes, take the risk, take the leap, and go for it, your body is going to feel calm. It's going to feel expansive. You're going to feel pulsations of energy. You're going to feel a sense of peace. These are things that your body tells you is a yes. And each body is a little bit different. I've been coaching people for over 26 years. And when a client tells me a true statement for them, I will get goosebumps. So a client will say something, my body will get goosebumps everywhere. And I always know that when I get those goosebumps, when I'm actively listening to what the client is sharing with me, if it's right for them, if it's right for their soul, if it's the right decision, I get goosebumps. So that's my body's way of discerning truth. Your body may have a little bit different way of handling that. And so the best suggestion I can give is just play with it, put things out there, and put ideas in your mind. It might be, a relationship that you're in, and then you can feel into it. Years ago, I had a client that said, "Oh, Fee, I have forgiven that relationship." And I said, and I could feel in my body, I could feel some tension in my chest when he mentioned it was a broken relationship. And I said, well, let me ask you, when I bring up your ex-fiance's name, tell me what you feel physically in your body. And he felt the tension. When I brought the awareness to his chest, he felt that tension. that just is your body saying there's more here for you to look at. There's more to work on. So a no response, if we put investment B in your thinking, and investment B elicits a feeling sensation of restriction, of tension, of tightness, your body is going to tell you that that is a no. And this is a way that I have been using for over 26 years to support clients, not from me saying, oh, this is what's right for you, but by empowering clients to really understand the signals within their bodies so that they know what feels like a yes and what feels like a no. So one other way, and I love doing this because I'm a sports fanatic, so I love watching sports, and I'll just sit and watch a baseball game. I'm from Chicago, so love the Cubs, watch the Cubs. And so I'll just sit and I test it. I test my intuition. I'll go, okay, is this guy going to get a home run? And if my body gets tight, it's a no. But if my body expands, it's a yes. And I play games like this with myself just to test it out and just to see what my body is telling me. Is this guy going to strike out? Is he going to get a hit? You know, that sort of thing. And so there's a lot of fun ways that you can use and do in order to use your body as it's a truth meter. It's actually a truth meter. And the last thing I want to say is many years ago, I went to a doctor in my local area, and he said this to me. He was like, "B, your body always tells the truth. And so if there's pain or something going on, you want to pay attention to that." So he kind of clued me into that. And then I did more research around it and studied it. And I found out the very best way to use your body as a truth meter for yourself.
That's absolutely wonderful. And you asked me about vetted real estate. Um, Without going into a very long dissertation on that, which I am happy to do with anybody at one to one over the phone or on Zoom, I I have decided to focus on a few very specialized asset classes in the real estate market. Uh, I'm working with multifamily. I'm working with self storage. I'm working with mobile home parks. I'm working with vacation and short term rental properties, and focusing right now on the mobile home RV park thing. We vet our properties a number of different ways, but one of the primary ways we vet our projects is only investing and only working with operators, with mobile home park operators that have been in the business for a long period of time, have an enormous amount of experience, and have a lot of operating parks under their belt. We have determined that it's um, if we are investing our time, energy, and our clients' money with operators who have that level of experience, uh, we are pretty much assured of the quality of the project being high. We and beyond that, also we understand that since the level of experience we're relying on is so broad that even when things go bad, these operators know what to do. So that is how we vet our projects. We also do. There's a lot of different other ways, but I don't want to go into it on the webinar here. Uh, Suffice it to say, we are not casual about deciding which projects we partner with and which we invest with our clients' money in. So, P, why don't you talk a little bit about changes that people could maybe should have expected from the training, the information that you gave well, day before yesterday.
Sure, sure. I'm happy to do that. You know, change happens when you have a commitment to change. And the great thing about the coaching tools that I work with clients is that the tools that they have already exist within them. And it's a matter of kind of clearing roadblocks so that they can understand how connected and how in flow they are with a really loving, supportive energy. So, my intention would be for after the webinar, after you've watched the webinar from Tuesday, is really to take a look at when your body is telling you that you're in fear, and when you're feeling stuck. Your body, when you're in fear and when your sympathetic nervous system is activated, which is fight, flight, or freeze, you're going to have rapid heart beats. Your breathing might be shallow. There's going to be tension or restriction in your body. Sometimes your shoulders move up. These are all indications that you are in fear. And so the idea here is when you have awareness that your body is telling you something, hey, I'm in fear and I want to be in flow. What you can do is use the abundance activation breath work, 4x4x4, thinking of things that you're grateful for and things that you're proud of, in order to calm the nervous system down. And then that's where you want to get into what would I love. And so in this case, I would love a really successful investment. I would love to explore a call with Jim so that I can see some of the great investment ideas. And I certainly know Jim is so diligent about making sure that he uses these tools and is also very aware of making sure that people are in a very sound investment based on their objectives and goals. And then the other thing is the three-step path to money working for you. In the tools that you have, the first one is creating a vision that you would love. So you write out, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and whatever that vision is that you would love, you write that out. You rehearse that, but more importantly, you feel that inside your body. We use the parasympathetic nervous system which is a signal caller, to send out the signal so that you are aligned with the energy of everything that you would love. And your parasympathetic nervous system does that. It calls the signals. Your sympathetic nervous system also calls the signals, but it calls signals of restriction rather than signals of expansion. And then the last thing we do is we hold these clear, rich pictures in our mind of what we would love, using the power of the subconscious mind. I call the subconscious mind the high-speed processor, Jim, because it processes over 40 million bits of information per second, as opposed to the conscious mind, which processes 40 bits of information per second. So I call it the high-speed processor because when we hold these pictures, it doesn't know. The subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or imagined. So when you're imagining this successful vision in your mind and feeling it in your body, it drives results and it drives things into alignment for you.
Perfect, Fee. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So, one of the questions we get, this came in several times, and is what I get on a regular basis. Is this truly passive? And yes, we operate our program, our fund, from the point of view of we want our investors to be completely hands off if they want. We will provide probably more information. We are going to be very diligent about keeping our investors informed, but we require no input from them. We listen to them. We always pay attention to our investors, but there's no necessity for them to do anything. All we want them to do is continue with their lives, with their families, their personal lives, their business lives, and do what they do best and let us do what we do best. I like this. No toilets, tenants, 3 a.m. calls. That is, I've been an operator. I've owned single family rental properties and I've owned multifamily rental properties. And I hate tenants, toilets, and trash. It's just, I don't want to be an operator. And that's the reason we have chosen the course of action that we have. We're not the landlords. We're not the operators. We invest with and partner with operators who do that in the best way possible. They are the best operators, and that's why we've chosen them. They get to handle the 4 o'clock phone calls. They get to take the calls that, hey, the police want to get into a unit. They are the ones who actually have the feet on the ground doing what it takes to make sure that the investments that we make are profitable and proper for our investors. Um, Another thing, how is downside protected? You can't absolutely positively guarantee a, that everything will work. You know, Murphy is a part of life, and Murphy's law says that if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. But we cover our bases as much as possible. We make sure that the investments are proper. We select projects based on the operator's selection. We feel, as I said before, that the operator knows how to do their business. That's why we're operating, why we're partnering with them. But we still check them out anyway. We still go in and see, is this property right for the town? Is the town growing? Is the market is the rental proper is the rental market the proper for that town? So uh, we double check. We don't just believe what the property or what the operator tells us. We do our own due diligence, and we have a multi-factor test checklist that we use with all of our operators, and that is part of our that's part of our due diligence and part of our disclosure to the investor. We only invest with the best, and we have a way of we have procedures in place to make sure that the best is all we work with. Recession scenario. We're working with recession resistant properties. The recession resistant uh, idea is that that way we're protected against both sides. So, it's we can't predict the future, so all we can do is operate with the best operators and the best projects that are resistant to recession, resistant to downturns. But like I said, we're not perfect, but we do our best. Um, and we are an income producing property uh, fund. We our philosophy is to invest in projects that are income producing properties that will appreciate over time. There's a lot of people that all they want to do is they want to make sure that their assets are appreciating. Typically, the way the stock market goes, people invest in stocks hoping the stocks will become more valuable. My problem with the stock market is it doesn't throw off cash. I am an income producing asset guy. I you can't live off of. In fact, I've been in a situation where we had a company that was worth nearly $100 million, but we couldn't pay the bills because the cash flow was so bad. So we fixed it, we solved the problem, but you can't spend uh, asset asset value. Asset value is not going to pay the bills unless you sell the assets. So we are looking for properties that actually bring cash into the investment. So your next move, uh, freedom call, give me a call. Let's we will be glad to consult with you and provide you with uh, you know all the advice and all the and all the help we can give you to choose your best course of action. As I said before, I'm not a registered investment advisor. I'm not licensed to give investment advice. All I can do is consult with you and tell you what I would do, how things work with me. I've been doing this for 50 years. I've got a lot of experience, but we want to make sure that you're comfortable with the courses of action that that we're suggesting that you do. We've got a guide. We will send you our guide that helps you determine what your financial goals are and what your purpose is. And we can, we're in the process of putting together this master class, which is Freedom Without Burnout, how to invest, how to have passive income that provides you with whatever that starts providing for your dreams, whether those dreams are a college fund, retirement fund, or a way to have just an emergency fund in case something goes bad for you. Again, my name is James Blakemore, Jim Blakemore with Iron Mountain Capital Group. Iron Mountain Capital Group is a fund of funds that is investing currently in very specialized mobile home parks and RV parks. Our website is ironmountaincapitalgroup.com. My office is 432-687-1408. If you have questions, you can call me. Or if you want to have some real fun, talk to my clone, JamesBlakemore.AI. We are there to help you get the information you need and provide you with a risk mitigated, reasonable income investment program that provides you with the security and the safety that you want for your family and helps you preserve your legacy. I'm Jim Blakemore. I want to thank Fee Mazinki for being with us. Fee, thank you so much for your time. Again, if anybody we will be if anybody wants to know more about direct connect coaching, we'll be glad to give them the information. Jim Blakemore at Iron Mountain Capital, or James at JamesBlakemore.com. And we thank you very much for your time. Take care and bye bye for now.
Thank you, everyone.